Thanks for joining ArgoCast. I'm John Webb. We begin this week with the TLC Flood last Friday morning. The building was evacuated around 10 a.m. and classes were canceled for the rest of the day and rest of next week. The basement flooded approximately 18 inches, all while crews began pumping water from the outside. The building will need replacement pieces for the front pumps and for the transformer that got wet. There is no timeline for when those replacements will be completed. It was a packed house at the Moscow City Council Forum Tuesday night. The 6 candidates answered questions from 2 moderators, ASUI President Jacob Lockhart and Vice President Faustine Moulton. The public submitted the questions online and by email. Half of the 6-seat council is up for grabs in the November 5th election. The 3 candidates who fill them will each serve a 4-year term. You can watch the full forum on our Facebook page. Just search for the Argonaut. The ASUI Senate resolution to end fireworks following the homecoming bonfire failed 8-4 with 2 abstained. In the resolution, Senator Mary Alice Taylor writes that fireworks increase air pollutants. The resolution cited a variety of sources, including a study which showed a 30 to 40% increase in respiratory diseases in India. Others argued that the information and facts presented were irrelevant to Moscow. Initial budget cuts implemented to address the university's projected $14 million shortfall will become permanent cuts. This comes as a response to address the deficit now projected to increase to $22 million by the fiscal year of 2022. University of Idaho President Scott Green sent out a detailed memo Wednesday morning explaining the current state of the university budget. It included plans to balance the budgets and possible areas of reduction. Green said the projected deficit stems from an expected decrease in tuition revenue by $8 million over the next 2 years. We interviewed Green on Thursday and will have an in-depth special on the University of Idaho's deficit. Watch for it Wednesday on the Argonaut's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Former University of Idaho President Chuck Stabin was nominated as one of 6 candidates to interview for the position of University of North Dakota President. According to a news release, Stabin was one of 61 initial applicants, 11 of which were interviewed last week. Now, the final 6 nominees have been invited to attend interviews mid-November on the UND campus. The final selection for president will be announced by the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education on its December 3rd meeting. In life news, every Saturday morning during the farmers market season, Moscow's Main Street hosts smiles, blossoming flowers, and fresh produce. But what happens when the season comes to a close? For Lee Semple, owner of Pokey Creek Farm, the end of the farmers market means a chance to rest and catch up. Semple has been selling her certified organic produce at the farmers market for over 20 years, and while she would sell the rest of what was left of her produce to the Moscow Food Co-op, this year they won't have enough left over. The 2020 farmers market will open next May. In sports, the raw emotion and energy that sophomore linebacker Trey Walker brings time and time again has helped propel him to be one of the top stars on the Vandal football team's defense. On a crucial drive with the Bengals aiming to get back in the ballgame, Walker and the rest of the Vandal defense needed to force a stop. As the Bengals snapped the football, the quarterback tossed the ball to his running back on his right side. Before the Idaho State running back found any room to work with, Walker sped in and ferociously knocked the running back down for a loss of yards. The Kibbie Dome roared as Walker celebrated the 3rd down stop with the rest of his Vandal teammates. Coach Adam Brisky said his fire, passion, and love to play football when he is on the field really stood out. With 4 games remaining this season, Trey Walker has proven to be one of the next great Vandal leaders at linebacker. And finally this week, in opinion, Emily Pierce, an opinion writer for the Arg, talks about the Wildfire app and what it is. She's here with us now, so tell us what the app is exactly for.
Thank you, John. Fire is for conveying information to students quickly, just like any immediate information, or I guess it could be considered a chatter app too.
In the article, you say that this app could be a threat to journalism and campus news. How come?
It's a threat to journalism and campus news because of unconfirmed information and also how fast that it gets through to a bunch of students. And the nice thing about student journalism and campus news is that all the information is confirmed, and the problem with Wildfire is that you could essentially say anything on the app, and people may take it seriously.
All right, Emily, thank you. That's this week's ArgoCast. Until we speak again, I'm John Webb. Have a great week.